Mm-mm.
Are you like... There's like a hand with like thingies on it.
Nope, there is not. Like, it's for you because you're talking to him, right?
No, I don't think so. I think you can do it too. Beside the narrator, the picture. Isn't
Oh,
there a
there
trade
isn't.
sign? Okay.
Nope.
Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
Greet him heartily and say you're glad to see he survived the shipwreck. Casually remark he should find a place in the shade. Looks like he's been standing in the sun for too long. Take your leave.
Nah, just greet him.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold.
Oh.
You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Tell him you were glad to be helped. Doesn't you stand idly by when people are in danger? Scoff and say he owes you a bit more than gratitude. I would do the first one, right?
Yeah, just be a nice
Yes,
person.
I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Now then, if there's nothing further.
Ask what he's doing here standing on that rock. Wonder what he plans to do next. Take your leave.
Let's just wonder what he plans to do next.
If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Say that you see memories, childhood days spent in the sun. Say that as of last night you see a kraken-infested wasteland you will never want to go near again. What do we take?
Let's not be like mean about it. Like, let's not put fear into him.
Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Ask what he means by lost exactly. Tell him that that's a rather specific vision he has there. Why an empire? Shrug and say people see castles in the sky, might as well see them in the sea. I would say first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Oh, crazy.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
Shake your head. You have no idea who he is. Nod enthusiastically. Of course you do. You recall now that he's that famous king. A red lizard that can only mean one thing. He's the notorious Red Prince. Yeah, we take like his,
Yeah.
The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
And invite him to travel with you. Maybe you can even help him win his throne back. Say that you two have this and that to sort out. He's welcome to tag along if he wants. Say it's been absolutely riveting, but that you have to dash. Riveting. One or second?
Do we really want to help him get his throne back? Like, don't we just want to
really
just
cool,
like?
right? Like a cool quest.
Okay, yeah, definitely. If it is a quest.
So?
Okay, let's do the first one.
Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition.
What, we want to help him, and he's like, I don't know if I want to be helped.
For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
Promise him? Say you can't promise him exactly, but you will keep his request in mind. Tell him your interest is trump his. I would say 1 or 2nd. I would honestly like, promise him, like...
Yeah, let's just...
let's just go all
Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first.
We didn't give him pinky promise, right? So.
Even if you are as versed in the
There
art of
is the trading
eloquence
thing.
as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out, it goes without saying.
Now you have it?
Yeah.
As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself.
I wanted to trade
But
later.
I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic and, yes, even subterfuge.
Like, first
What
one.
say you?
As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. Say that a fighter sounds perfect, he should... Oh, like, we decide now what he, like, wants. Fighter sounds perfect, he should stay true to his vocation. Say you're interested in someone with a little muscle. Ask if he has any material experience. Say you're interested in someone with a little fitness. Ask if he's comfortable in the dexterous arts. Say you're interested in someone with affinity for the arcane arts. What does fitness do? Finesse. Oh shit. Fitness.
Should we just keep him as a fighter?
Yeah, but what is finesse? And muscle?
Oh, finesse. I think it's like, how do you... I don't know how...
Tanky?
No, that's not tanky at all. That's like...
Oh, he's like a thief.
Yeah.
Yeah, then let's do, like, fighter.
Yeah.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
No, that settles it. Say you've changed your mind. Yeah, I've changed my mind.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Okay, let's now trade. I'm gonna sell this destroyed shit. What else? I wanna honestly keep most of it, like, just sell a candle holder, an empty bottle washing tub. I feel like the rest I can kind of need. Except... Oh wait, I want something in return. What do I, like, if I buy a backpack, what does that, like, you know, do?
Maybe you get more inventory space or something.
Then I think I'm keeping the candle holder. And I guess the empty bottle. The star represents the trader's attitude towards you. The higher their attitude, the better their prices. You can raise the trader's attitude by gifting items or gold. I mean, he doesn't have anything that I want, so... I just wanted the other backpack. Okay, let's see. Are you okay?
Well, washing tub. Getting that, yeah.
I just gave that to him.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah, we're all playing each other.
I just
Now,
gave him
as
a bunch
you're
of
aware,
books.
You'll be traveling with a prince.
Did you read all of them?
Proper forms of address include Your Majesty,
Out
Your
loud?
Royal Highness, or if you're feeling...
I didn't read all of them. Some of them were weird. I picked up like 6 books at the same time, and I was like, don't think
As your luck would
you want
have
to do all
it,
this.
I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings.
Oh, nice.
Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
The companion has bonded with the recruiter and can develop a relationship only with that character. Yay! He's mine!
Fuck.
You've learned a new skill. Press K to open your skill panel. Ooh! Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you all your shells back because I've been picking them all.
Pull your party, what? What? I don't understand. I don't understand.
What?
Skill cost 1. Oh, like I only can have these things? I don't understand. I have like 1 skill cost, 1 memory.
I don't see what you're saying.
I got level up. You didn't?
I didn't. No.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, let's just wait until you have it too. And then we can...
Wait. I wanna actually eat the chunk of flesh though. Okay.
Okay, why? We're full health, right?
No. This gives me memories because we have that.
Oh, really? What are you talking to?
Try clicking at me. As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn.
Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
I learned a new skill.
Oh no, yeah, but now like I don't understand, you know?
Actually, I learned this game because I got his memory. Okay, skills cost 1 memory. Probably the idea is you would have to give up something to get something new.
Yeah, but I only have 3, so
Yeah.
like where's the new skill that I learned?
Press K.
Oh. Yeah, I know. Oh, I learned this one, okay. Yeah, no, I don't have anything for it. What is this sound?
Quite right.
Talk, can you come to me and help me talk?
Okay. Quite right. Do you seek my counsel? I highly recommend it.
Ask the Red Prince what you should do next. Say you're happy he survived the shipwreck you were in. Ask the Red Prince what got him here. How is it possible for a royal to end up in Fort Joy? Ask him to tell you more about his need to find the dreamer. Tell him you'd like to go your separate ways, for now at least. Take your leave.
Shouldn't we just like ask him what to do next? I feel like he might have something.
I intend to rule an empire one day, not a tiny outcropping in the sea, lording over gulls and guppy fish. To that end, I suggest we focus on the obvious. A farewell to Fort Joy and a hello to the mainland.
Okay.
As am I. A prince should die of old age or on the battlefield. Anything else could be construed as weakness of character. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today. For despite your heroics, I was still cast into the water. I sank. I drowned. But there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs. There was sudden light, warmth, life.
Express amazement. You too heard a voice that you lay tossing in the waves. As you lay tossing in the waves, laugh and play dumb. The voice asked if you saw a white tunnel too.
Truly, how intriguing.
I took the first one.
To hear a voice whilst drowning is a rather specific delusion to share, is it not?
Hmm.
Still, I wonder if...
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person?
Say no.
Okay.
I'm rather
Yeah.
relieved to hear it. Religious persons tend to be all too self-important in their supposed humility.
Well, we took the right one.
Yeah.
As for myself, I perform the ancient rites of prayer and ceremony with a kind of languid indulgence. After all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself, public deprecation would be needlessly self-important as well, wouldn't you say? There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Technically, they had the letter of the law on their side. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course.
Agree. Too many laws keep people under the thumb of authority.
Yeah.
Disagree. No one should be exempt from the law, least of all those who claim they should be. Remind him he didn't answer your question. Agree.
Yeah,
or-
let's actually do that. Let's remind him he didn't do the answer.
Notice that, did you? For future reference, if I don't answer a question, it's because I don't want to.
Insist. Ask him what the incident was that made him run afoul of the law in the first place. Wonder if it was a display of sorts that got him into trouble.
Hmm. I think insisting, right?
I hardly know you as yet.
Oh.
Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal records later. There isn't much to say, but for the fact that I simply must. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be world-changing. I just know it.
Smile. Tell him he's got you all curious now. Scuff. He's a prince. He has real castles. He shouldn't be building them in the sky. Well, that's a cool sentence, but take the first one.
And justified it is too. You'll be a witness to wonders, I assure you. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be, then grow beyond being.
Tell him you'd like to go your separate ways for now at least. Take your leave.